I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is nothing better than when a game has a massive open world for me to go Easter egg hunting in. Now you can usually rely on Ubisoft to add some pretty cool Easter eggs into their game, so the fact that The Crew 2 is an open world racing game developed by Ubisoft owned Ivory Tower gave me high hopes that it would contain a lot of Easter eggs, and I haven't been disappointed. Before we get into the video, I'd like to thank Boomerang Rentals for providing me with a copy of The Crew 2. For more information about how you can get sent games by Boomerang, stick around until the end of the video. In a previous The Crew 2 video, I mentioned how impressive the game's map was, and it was using the map we can find most of the game's Easter eggs. Up first is something that Ubisoft love to do, and that's reference the jewel in their crown, Assassin's Creed. We've seen it as recently as the latest update in Rainbow Six Siege, with the map Villa having tons of references to Assassin's Creed, including the Assassin's Creed logo at the front of the villa. It should be no surprise at all then that The Crew 2 features the same logo, which can be seen by zooming in on this location. This isn't the only reference to other Ubisoft games. One of the decals you can decorate your car with is this logo. If it seems familiar, it's because it's the fictional news network found in Watch Dogs 1 and Watch Dogs 2. Those aren't the only video games referenced in The Crew 2. At this location you can find the Triforce from the Zelda series, going even further back in video game history now, and at this location you can find this character from the arcade game Space Invaders, one final video game character you can find in the big old US of A is Pac-Man, who can be found here. I recently uploaded a video about 5 creepy unsolved mysteries in video games, and this next Easter egg is definitely a candidate if I ever make a part 2. If you zoom into this location, you can find a lone man on an island who has spelled out help with stones. Quite why he's on this island I don't know, but if you want to take a boat out and try to help him, be my guest. Continuing with the theme of mystery, if you head out to this location you can find Area 51, or Roswell depending on who you believe. Both Area 51 and Roswell have been linked with alien activity in the past, so it's no surprise to find this spaceship sitting out in the open. That's not the only alien reference we can find in The Crew 2. At this location you can find a three-eyed alien's face made up of algae. Finally, let's take a look at some movie references. First up, you can find the grave of Arch Stanton, a character from The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Another grave can be found with the name Emmett Brown, more commonly known as Doc from the Back to the Future films. Up next is a reference to the 1963 film The Birds, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. At this location you can find Potter School House, which featured in one of the film's most iconic moments. One final film reference can be heard when approaching the helicopter at the off-road camp for the first time.
Get to the chopper! Man, it would be great to go up in that. But you could see all kinds of amazing stuff.
An obvious reference to this famous line from the 1987 action film Predator.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Finally, and probably the most subtle Easter egg in the game, if you zoom in on this location, you can find a sign with a rather funny message. So that's it, that should be all of the Easter eggs and secrets in The Crew 2. If you enjoyed the video, then a like is really appreciated. If you're a fan of Easter eggs, secrets, details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. As mentioned earlier, this video was made possible by Boomerang Game Rentals. Boomerang Game Rentals is the UK's largest game rental service and offer packages from as little as $3.99 a month. Check the link in the description to find out more. I'd also like to take this time to thank my awesome Patreon backers, Daniel Graham, Kevin Hummett and Tobias Gustafsson, for all of their support. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.